Ever since Call of Duty came out, Kyler Murray went back to his old ways of being ass. Cardinals after the bye since week 12 on a 3-game losing streak. What's wrong with the Cardinals? Do the Cardinals have a Kyler Murray problem?
They certainly don't have a Kyler Murray solution. Because he, like you said, he was terrible.
That was a bar. That was a bar.
He was terrible in the Vikings game, man. Like it was just real bad. The Cardinals have just been so like up and down all year that if you're not getting good play from Kyler, they have no shot. And now, the Rams just had a crazy win against Buffalo. You lost both to Seattle. The Rams are a win ahead of them now, or is it tied?
Yeah, no, the Rams are ahead of them.
Yeah, so
Seahawks are ahead of them. Their playoff chances at 9%. One point were we're at like 75+%, and now they're under 10%.
Insane.
Yeah, no, they blew the season.
Yeah, they blew the season. They're not making the playoffs, and they
all
definitely
they had to do was split against the Seahawks, and they'd essentially be a lock for the playoffs.
Yeah, and you blew both of them.
Hey yo,
tragic. You heard me. Do they have a Kyler Murray problem? Yes, he just is on a season basis, he's just too inconsistent. He just, he's a great quarterback at times, and then just has these stretches where he's not, where he's just really not good.
You know what? So stretches where he looks like he shouldn't even be in the NFL.
This is the thing, bro. So I'm looking at his actual stats. Like let's look at the numbers for a minute, all right? Like
digits.
His numbers are very, very good, aside from the two.
Look at the
double interception gains last two games.
Past 3 weeks are what we're talking about, though.
But that's a huge problem. Like you can't be throwing fucking 2 interceptions.
And the thing with
other than that, the stats are there, bro. I mean, he had over 250 passing yards.
You just
the
said
last
it
4
yourself.
Weeks. And then but I'm saying other than that, he's not
you can't say other than two interceptions.
No, what I'm saying, he doesn't fucking suck, but
no,
there's a couple
not.
details there that no shit, they're losing fucking games. You know what I mean? He's running the ball when he has to. Quarterbacks don't know how to fucking do that. They're just stand there and get fucking sacked. I mean,
well, no,
but
that's his
panicked.
superpower.
So,
we know that, but
thing with Kyler is this season when the Cardinals started out hot, he was winning from in the pocket.
Yep.
And like you said, Kyler, when he gets outside the pocket, he's electric. He could throw on the run, he could scramble for a 50-yard touchdown at any given moment. But the improvement was he was winning from in the pocket, hitting the quick throws to Trey McBride, to Michael Wilson, everyone but Marv.
Pretty much.
And the run game was
James Conner was cooking.
Not to mention Trey McBride doesn't have 1 touchdown this season, and he's the highest red zone target.
Bro, he refuses to throw an accurate ball to Trey McBride in the end zone. Refuses.
It's so weird. It's like
he hates Marvin Harrison between the 20s, and then hates Trey McBride once they get in the red zone.
So some Kyler Murray stats. So Kyler Murray, when he's under pressure the past 3 weeks, so the 3-game losing streak, week 12 to now, 9 for 30% completion percentage, 78 yards, 0 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Okay? Bad.
Woof.
Mm-hmm.
So then Kyler Murray, the rest of the season.
Against under pressure?
Yeah. Give me a sec. Let me just select all these fucking weeks. Oh, I wish I could select multiple ones. Hold on.
What are you on?
PFF. I didn't know you could do this. I guess they must have heard us.
Oh, you can filter weeks now?
Yeah, unless
No
it's
way,
only when you're looking at the pressure sets, but...
Oh, really?
I've been waiting.
Really? You don't fucking use PFF?
I've been waiting
I don't
for
use
this
that
for
shit
a
either.
long time. We actually said this last week, so I've been waiting for this for
So,
a while.
Kyler...
It's an OP tool, though.
It is an OP tool.
Kyler under pressure from weeks 1 to 10. He was
never under pressure.
Cool.
Kyler was cool as a cucumber.
He was 41 for 63, a 65.1 completion percentage compared to a 30% completion percentage, 427 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not going to get it done.
That is going to get it done.
Oh, that'll get it done. I meant, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
he
night
was
and day.
playing like one of the best quarterbacks when under pressure, weeks 1 to 10. During the 3-game losing streak, he's playing like the worst quarterback under pressure, and that's the difference.
Yeah.
Well, you said, I almost wonder if, I should have done more of a deep dive into this, but I almost wonder, you said 30 attempts in the last 3 weeks, and that was 63 attempts. That just the math ain't mathing. If you had 30
10
attempts in
weeks of
3 weeks, that's a
yeah.
hell of a lot more in the span of 3 weeks than you were on pace for more in those 3 weeks than you would have been in the 10 weeks prior.
more, yeah.
So I think that's just like either he's allowing more pressure or the O-line isn't holding up. What that
be
is,
mixed both, yeah.
I wonder what his time to throw is, if you could check that.
3.63 weeks 1 to 10.
Okay, that's insane, first of all.
But like when you're under
That's when
pressure,
under
the time
pressure,
to
okay.
throw is going to be.
I almost wonder
longer.
what it actually is
Like without under
yes,
pressure?
that's the stat that I want to
All right,
know.
bear with me.
Because like if so, then and he's just holding the ball longer, then he's just got to make quicker reads. He has to make faster decisions, and that's fixable.
And he has the
But
receiving core to do that.
You would think so.
I will say
mean,
the past
mean-
3 weeks he's not. He's had 2, 7, and 3 rushing attempts versus consistently 5, 6, 7 for the most part in the first 10 weeks. So he's not running the ball as much for whatever reason.
I mean,
Which you gotta
honestly,
play
the eye
defense.
test would back that. He's made some awful decisions once he's gotten out of the pocket recently. Like there was one pick. I think we all got in the chat right after it, and we were like, Kyler, what the fuck are you
He's just
doing?
flinging them up there.
Just
Like,
sent it to absolutely nobody.
No,
Just
the Minnesota
threw it.
game was really bad. Like,
Yeah, that Minnesota game was rough. Bro was
So
seeing
weeks 1 to
ghosts.
10, his time to throw is 2.82.
Okay.
And then you got to keep talking.
Yeah.
What's the standard? Like 2.5?
2.7 ish is like
So 2.8 's
is
okay.
like league average. 2.6, 2.7.
For a guy like Kyler, that's fine.
That's
because you know
perfect.
Especially
Kyler's going to
scrambler, too.
extend
Yeah,
plays.
okay.
Right?
That's perfect. 282 is great.
Yeah,
like
that's good enough.
and it's just like sometimes we could blame the play design, but we've also seen at multiple points in the season where like it's worked. If Kyler just sticks to the script and plays
And then
within the offense,
since the
it's
bye
worked. So,
on the 3-game losing streak, 2.94. So up by like 0.12.
a little bit of a difference.
Yeah, definitely an
bit of a
increase. But
Wait, that was what was that number? What was the stat?
2.94. The previous one was 2.82.
What was the
That's
stat?
time to throw.
time to throw.
So he has more time to throw and he's worse
He's
under pressure.
taking longer.
yeah,
Taking longer.
which
to throw.
allows more pressure.
Got
and
it,
0.1
okay.
second is a lot of
No,
time.
yeah,
to
Yeah,
yeah,
the
throw.
yeah.
Like,
one's probably not holding up as much as they were. Obviously, if he's under pressure, much more. But again, stats don't lie. He was again a top 5 quarterback under pressure the first 10 weeks of the season.
Yeah, that's
And
not
then-
just because of the offense.
Right, over the
Yeah.
3-game. I mean, you got, like we said, we've seen the interceptions. Like, the tape doesn't lie either. I mean, the one against the Vikings with the game on the line, that was terrible. Last week against the Seahawks, there were some terrible ones. The first game against the Seahawks, some terrible ones. And
I almost wonder if this is a trend more so than anything else. The Cliff Kingsbury offense has always been called as once it hits like 8 to 10 weeks, it falls off.
Yeah.
What if it's Kyler Murray?
Kyler Murray falls off.
What if it's Kyler?
could be.
What? Because
I mean,
Jaden just
like, I hate to be that guy.
Imagine it's just
but,
a
like,
coincidence that COD comes out
That's
the
what I
same
was about
time
to
every year.
say. Like, I hate to be that guy, but it aligns perfectly with when COD came out.
and COD usually drops. Yeah, I mean
Same time
around
every
week
year,
10 of the
yeah.
NFL. Yeah, so maybe it isn't. Maybe it wasn't a Cliff problem back then. Maybe this is just Kyler. Maybe it's Kyler Murray after week 10 of the NFL season just falls off.
So
and just something happens.
can or should the Cardinals move on from Kyler? Like you've just drafted a generational prospect at receiver. Trey McBride's an absolute stud. I mean,
I was looking at it the other day. I mean, you could trade him, but you'd take a cap hit that way. I think contractually, they wouldn't be able to get out of his to release him until 2 years from now. So next season and the
I don't
season.
think you,
I don't even
think
think
you
you'd
can
ever
cut
look to
him.
release
I
him.
don't think you can cut him, but yeah, like you just
I mean, if
Look, the grass is always greener.
right.
But when we're talking about quarterback, when you have a guy that you know you could trust, and it's kind of in the same vein as like Dak Prescott getting paid as much as he does, when you have a guy you know you could trust, there's a saying that you said before, the devil you know is sometimes better than the devil that you don't.
Yeah.
So I don't think you go anywhere from Kyler right now unless you were in position to easily and swiftly move off of him. Then it's a bit of a difference. But
that's what I'm saying. That doesn't even become a thought until the money where you could cut him and not take a huge cap hit.
or trade and not have to
Right.
eat a bunch of dead money. I know there's always a difference between those
Yeah.
two, but I wonder that. But yeah, nah. I think like
It's a shame though because you're limited. He's limited. very similar to how people talk about Tua, if you want me to be completely honest. Obviously, they have different weaknesses, but Tua's weaknesses will always shine on the biggest stage. I kind of feel the same way about Kyler. When the pressure's on, like I said, they had the division in their hands. They controlled their own destiny. Pressure was on, and he folded like a lawn chair, if you want me to be completely honest.
What were they the year? They were like 8-0, 9-0, and then it just fell apart the rest of the
Weren't they
season.
like 12-4 that year? Like
They were
Yeah,
really
they
good
made the
football team
playoffs.
that year.
Yeah.
They
were sick
started
that
that
year.
season
Yeah,
off
yeah.
on a tear, and yeah, I
Right.
mean, it seems like that's the truth. Yeah, some of these guys just may not be cut out for the biggest moments. So, but yeah,
for a full season's worth. I mean, yeah, like we said, Kyler just kind of it's kind of a thing with him where he's like I said, you look at his seasons, you look at the numbers on the season, they probably look okay, but then you dive in and it's like
Yeah.
night and day.
There's a lot. It's like a lot more.
Like,
Now
Hey,
they're in
every-
now they're in a
kind of thing.
situation where it's like they could win out potentially. Sure, I know this. They have the Patriots and the Panthers still on the schedule. I guess the Panthers aren't really a
This ain't an
cakewalk
easy
win
one
anymore,
anymore.
but they could win out and still not control their own destiny at this point.
the Panthers
you
got
know?
to get one too. Like they're
Oh,
so
they
close
will.
to like
Oh, they're beating the Cowboys this week.
100%.
they will get
They're the
one this week.
favorites.
Are they really?
Yeah,
That's
they're
fucking
They
fucking
opened as the
favorites.
favorites. Yeah.
wow.
That's
They
Can
opened
you
as
imagine
1.5
if you told
point favorite.
Are they in
Cowboys fans?
Carolina or in Dallas?
I don't know.
It probably doesn't
Gotta be
matter,
in
but
Carolina, but yeah.
but regardless,
Yeah,
like,
they opened as 1.5 point favorites. So
I love to see it. It's
Awesome.
a pick 'em. That's awesome. Who do we think? I know we already did this basically like a week or two ago, but Seahawks are in pole position now. Who do we think?
the Rams, fuck
I
the
agree.
Seahawks.
I agree.
I'm gonna
Seahawks
stick with
don't
Seahawks just because I
move, man.
picked them, but I think I think the Seahawks are in there.
Yeah.
It's hard to pick against the Rams after putting up
I don't know.
45 against Buffalo, but
I think the Rams got it, bro.
Seahawks don't move, man.
Seahawks are a good football team.
I think they're good.
They're
They're
cool.
a good
They're
football
cool.
team,
Yeah.
but I think the Rams.
I think the Rams.
The
are-
Rams have the chance to be a special
Yeah.
football team,
Yeah.
in my opinion. So there's a difference there. But
like, I don't want to be that guy, but like, the Seahawks got first place in the division because they beat the Cardinals twice. But like, I'm more moved by the Cardinals losing than the Seahawks winning. I guess you got to do the thing and win the games, but like, my big takeaways from both of those games is, wow, the Cardinals fucking suck and they aren't who I thought they were.
Yeah,
Obviously, the Seahawks got to, put
Yeah,
up
I
the
mean,
points and win the games.
wins are the
but-
wins, but I
gotta
get
give
it.
some credit to Mike McDonald and that defense too, though.
They're cool.
They've played some real good football. You just refuse to acknowledge that they're
They're
good
cool. They're cool. They're like to me they're like a middle of the pack defense, like somewhere between like 12 and 18. I don't know. I can't think to rank all the defenses right now, but
I don't know, man. I think they're a top 10 unit, but that's just me.
They get Green Bay, Minnesota the next 2 weeks. That's
Yeah, I don't-
not fun. Yeah, that's not fun.
Well, we're gonna find out a lot about them the next couple weeks.
no, they did what they had
for
to
sure,
do though. The
yeah.
same way I
Yeah,
talked about the
exactly.
Cardinals 3-game stretch where they went 0-3. The Seahawks, took 2 against the Cardinals and beat the Jets. They did exactly what they
Rams
had to
week
do.
18 though. Rams Seahawks.
It could be for
week
the
18.
division.
Where?
It likely.
LA.
Let's go
No.
to the game.
If it's for the division, we may have something to talk about there. But
For sure, yeah. That'd be an
Yeah.
interesting.
Go to the game.
That'd be a good time.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and follow us on all our socials.
Check out our full pod popping up on the screen right now and any other recent videos we've posted.